Hello again. So this is going to be your instructions for step number 1, which is finding an article to actually choose and break down for today's assignment. Again, you have a lot of options. There are so many things that are connected to this coronavirus pandemic. But again, if you remember from our picture that I had in the last video, and which is linked, it gave you some options. If you're interested in really anything, sports, art, plants, the environment, I'm going to show you kind of how to narrow down and find a good example of an article that you can use for this assignment. And again, choose one you're actually interested in, not just the first one that you see, because it'll be boring if you find one you're not interested in. So right now on my screen, I have the first step with our silly animated Google thing here. Go to Google. Google is your friend right now. And in the search bar, pick one of the topics that you're interested in. Whatever you wrote for your do now question, you are going to first type spell coronavirus correctly, coronavirus or COVID-19, whatever you want to type. But then you need to say and the and is whatever you want to look at. So coronavirus and immigration, coronavirus and food, coronavirus and prisons, coronavirus and art. So right now I'm going to go art. Let's say I'm interested in art and want to learn more about how coronavirus and the arts are kind of impacting each other. So I'll hit search, and it brings up a big list. But the first thing I'm going to want to do is these are just all the things on Google. I'm looking for news sources. So if you look at the little kind of up here, news, click on this news tab. Once you've clicked on the news tab, now you just have news articles, which will help you a lot. And then kind of look through these and use your research skill to preview what the websites are. But first, we've got the BBC News, something local, Colfax Avenue murals to healthcare workers pops up after coronavirus, the UN News, CNBC. This is where I'm scanning for validity. Are these actual credible news sources, not just Joe's blog.blogspot. Whatever, or Weebly's, like credible news sources? And then I'm just previewing these for things that are interested in. Banksy reveals latest work in his bathroom under coronavirus quarantine. That could be funny. The coronavirus pandemic has cost American Arts Organization a collective $4.5 billion so far. So some options if you could preview them and see what you like. But let's say I want to choose something different. I'm still on the news tab up top here. But let's say coronavirus and sports. Waiting for it to load. Oh man, first article from the LA Times, coronavirus could halt LA concerts and sports in 2021. Oh man. So here are again some articles. Dr. Anthony Fauci sees paths to sports to come back without fans. Interesting. Again, preview. You just need to choose an article that you are actually interested in and make sure it's credible. So once you click on it, you can kind of evaluate whether it's a credible source or not. And let's look at this one. After declaring WWE essential business, Florida positioned itself to host sports leagues. Interesting, from Forbes magazine. Click on the article and make sure it just has credible looking news sources. And that's how you will kind of pick an article. Hopefully you find one you're interested in. Again, does it have a title? Does it have an author? Does it have a date it was published? Yes, it does up here. This is really kind of just the things you are looking for while you are finding your news source. Again, find one you're interested in. You might have to do some digging. This might take a little bit. But again, if you find a good news article, it'll make things much easier for you. Let me know if you have any questions while you're searching for your news article. But this is what you're going to be doing.